Alright, we are back again. I just recorded a video, so you could probably see that the chart has barely moved. But we are going to go over new day opening gaps and new week opening gaps. What are they? How do we use them? Alright, so new day opening gaps. Let's see if we can find a new day opening gap. Probably not on here. Okay, let's go on the 5-minute. This is an example of a new day opening gap as well as a new week opening gap. This right here, we have Friday. This right here, we have Sunday. It's a new week, and it's a new day, and there's a gap. So that's how you get new week opening gaps and new day opening gaps. New week opening gaps only happen from Fridays to Sundays, if there is one, and then new day opening gaps are when the market opens back up after it has a 1 hour break, such as this one. Okay, that is another new week opening gap. Or such as, alright, I guess there is no opening gaps so far, new day opening gaps. But that is okay because sometimes they are not present. Now, how do we use them? You draw them from the candle close from the previous day, right here, all the way down to the candle open where 6 p.m. is, right here. And you would label them as new week opening gap, new day opening gap, whichever one applies. Okay, this one obviously applies for both because it's a new week and new day. How do we use them? Okay, they are formed when there's some sort of news, such as this Iran war news that causes over the weekend, or you could get a super small one and it's just how price opens. There doesn't always need to be news, or sometimes there is no new week opening gap or new day opening gap at all. Okay, now new day opening gaps and new week opening gaps are gaps in price. Pretty simple to grasp. Price wants to fill these gaps at some point. It could be on a Monday, it could be on a Tuesday, it could be on a Wednesday for your new week's opening gaps. For the new day opening gap, it could be filled in Asia session, it could be filled in London session, it could be filled in New York session. But it is most likely wanting to be filled because that means that there was no auction between these price, and a market is an auction that gives each price level a point in time where buyers and sellers can go against each other. Okay, and if we have this pricing gap, we have inefficiencies. Okay, right here, buyers and sellers were not able to do their thing, which is why we saw here on Sunday and Monday, we came up and filled that gap. Once we fill this gap, you can use it pretty much as like a fair value gap. Okay, you can see right here, price reacted to the 50% of the new week and new day opening gap right here. So you can treat it as like a fair value gap that is going to be filled at some point in the future. You can see right here when price opened, it tapped into the new week opening gap. We saw a little bit of rejection, but then in the end it gets filled. Let's take a look at this one as well. This right here, remember, candle close from previous day to candle open. And you can see here, price comes here and it's reacting off the 50% and price is selling off because once again, there's an auction, right? And you want sellers to sell above the 50%, which is why at the 50% we saw some sort of reaction because sellers like that area. But because this is an inefficiency in price, we are going to complete it at some point. We can see here, we react right here and short down. But we can also use this as an advantage for when it is filled. You can always just use it as a fair value gap, like how a fair value gap is formed. Let's say, for example, there is a gap right here on, let's say, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Where is it? Right here. So right here, we have our candle close here, and our candle open is right here. And as you can see, we have a new day opening gap. It is very small, but it works. Also, this is a little weird because we have this weird bearish on a bullish. But you can see here price taps into here on this new day opening gap, and then we can head higher, so you can do little scalps in the new day opening gap. Okay, that's pretty much it. You really only use the new week opening gap on, if you're trading, London and Asia session. Those are the best times, because those are when price usually fills those gaps. By New York game session, most of the time they are already filled. Okay, but it's just something to see and learn. Great, I'll see you guys in the next video.